Guys, there's like less than a minute left of 2024. Come here. 3, 2, 1.
Now, I know some of you feel bad for this guy, but I personally don't, and I will tell you why. Let's get into it. So, I just showed you a little bit of a clip of some individual, some guy that tried to approach 3 women while they were trying to celebrate for their New Year's, right? It was New Year's, the countdown happened, and she put the camera down and she wanted to celebrate this moment with her homegirls. So, I saw this video and it's kind of mixed back and forth, more so leaning, surprisingly, against the guy, which is justifiably so, because a lot of people are getting at these women, calling them, jerks, they're assholes, they're, the B word, women are becoming too masculine, all that bull crap, right? Which there's some merit to it. I do agree. Women are becoming more masculine. I will tell you guys, it is a fact that social media and the powers above had a plan to underly feminize women, basically with the feminist movement, to more or less make them become more like men, more dominant. And through there, it's causing this disbalance ultimately, because as a man, you have certain traits and things that women were brought up to admire and learn to fall for as a man. And these things now women do themselves. So what the fuck do they need you for? So if I'm being honest, guys, unless you are richer than the female or you are hotter than the female, you're fucked. I know that sounds crazy. There's not much science into it. You can listen to all the freaking dating coaches out there. If you are not rich or attractive, and then on top of that, you are not charming, this can stand on itself. You can be charming and get a girl, but that's usually like the cherry on top when needing one of the other two. So you need all of those, one or two or all of them, right? And then you're good. If you're not that, you will struggle. This guy here doesn't look like he isn't attractive. We couldn't see his face, but he looks like he's a moderately fit guy. He looks like he has the flow. He's like one of them Aeropastel American Eagle white boys, hair behind his back. He looked like he could get a cute snow bunny, right? But his confidence level not only isn't there, guys. That wasn't even the issue. It was his lack of awareness. So what we're going to do is I want to watch the full clip, and then I'm going to get into the context here. So take a look at the full clip. Now, I'm going to break down all the L's that Buddy was doing and what you should not do in this situation. What you should do right away to save face, guys, because the word of the day, fella, is saving face. All you have is your name, your honor, you yourself, your title. And once you burn that title, let's say in the dating game, a bunch of girls realize that you're a creep, you're an F-boy, you're in lack thereof an F-boy. Just once your credit score comes out and you are that, it's very hard to unwrite that, because women talk, word spreads, and even when you think that you're coming in with a good game, you're already being prejudged in some format. Even without that, they'll just look at you and prejudge, right? And I'm saying all this to say it has nothing even to do with the clip. This is just in general, all the nuances that you have to look into when thinking of approaching it. And the one time I will tell you guys, when you do not want to approach a female, is when she's doing her own shit. When a woman is doing her own shit, that is the most selfish, self-centered moment. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just they're thinking so much on their own shit. The fact that you even tried, the unmitigated gall of you to try to bug them while they were in this stasis, is disrespectful. It's so disrespectful because you took them out of their mind, you took them out of their moment, you took them out of the feeling. That's the big thing. You killed the buzz for them. And that's why that guy, even if attractive, the way he did it, the way he entered into it, the way he just killed that moment. You couldn't give them that one fucking minute for New Year's to themselves. You had to just budge and be like, hey, can I get a hug too? You really wanted to be the can I get a hug too nigga 1 minute into New Year's. And I know some people are going to argue, it's New Year's, you should be able to want to hug people, you should. No one has to do whatever the fuck they don't want to do, right? And even if they were willing to offer this guy a hug, they wanted their own little triple moment for that 1 minute. She put the camera out, but he probably saw her do it, right? So he just wanted to jump into that. He was being extra. And then he got his just desserts, right? You didn't read the room. They didn't look at you. They didn't wink at you. They didn't smile at you. No one previously talked to you. You didn't look at any other pre-notions that would have implicated them having interest in you, as you're supposed to do anytime you approach a girl. You could cold approach any person for any fucking reason, right? You could cold approach for a sale. I could just walk up to Ned across the street. Hey, do you want to buy some fucking drugs, right? What if he doesn't do drugs? Right? Maybe I should wait to see if Ned on the street starts sniffing crack, and then all right, now we're on to something, right? Just you have to start it off with an initial something. You don't just go in cold turkey, even in a cold approach. This guy literally just said 3 cute girls, or maybe 1 or 2. I don't think any of them are cute, but just 3 women, right? And he approaches them like, I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I'm gonna say, and it's gonna work because the dating coach told me just be confident. Bro, this is you. Go back to the drawing board, fix your shit. And goddamn, man, I'm not even getting to the worst of it, guys. This guy stayed. He stayed. If I put it up here, guys, he stayed. If there's one thing you do not do, there's one thing you just don't fucking do. Don't stay. Please don't stay, guys. Do not sit there and rack up the L points, because his soul at that moment, when they started hugging and ignoring him, what was happening was his brain couldn't fathom how much of an L that was in the moment, and he felt so embarrassed. His mind said, if I walk off, is that more embarrassing because I'm giving up? That's what a man generally is going to think, because we like to work until we succeed. So him walking off is some form of failure, he thinks. So I'm not going to knock him for that. But you do walk off. You do walk off because there is no victory in this battle. This is not a battle of honor. This is not a battle of getting your just desserts or putting your hard work in. This is a battle to obtain a feat. One of the most hardest battles, only because it doesn't make sense. It's not because it's hard. It's because it doesn't make sense. It's not based off the realms of logic. It's usually based off the realms of emotions. And that's why you get confused. You're walking in with a whole bunch of logic. You're thinking you're about to pass this test because you studied for 20 hours and you realize you fucked up because you studied. I know it sounds confusing, right? You don't study. You don't study women as per writing some form of cheat sheet that you're going to run with. You study women as per knowing their mannerisms, their emotions, how they react to emotions, and how to invoke certain emotions in certain instances at certain times, and knowing when to make the approach. All of that stuff. Looks, timing, smile, how you say, tonality, what you say, what you do not say, when to leave things out, when to add things in. There's so much to it. And if I were to simplify it for you guys, if you watch this far, because this was just me straight shot and spitting true game, guys, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe I'm someone that could attract women, I don't know. If you want to look at a physical level, go look at me on my shorts, right? I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, it's all emotion and it's all energy. As they say, it's vibe. It's the vibe. It's literally the vibe. So you can sit here and ignore that, like the red pill's like, oh, these women just talk about blah, blah, blah. Well, if they're talking about that and they are objectively telling you through their emotions that they react to emotions, why the fuck wouldn't you reciprocate in that way? They're giving you the answer. Right? They're giving you the answer. Yes, vibes. They are about vibes. They give a fuck about the feeling, how you make them feel when you were around them. What you said made them feel a certain way. So it's more so how you said it, not what you said, right? You can say, yo, fuck you, bitch. That's a little rude. But you say, oh my gosh, fuck you, bitch, right? You know, when the gay people say it, it's different. Now, same word, different context, different meaning. Now you don't get slapped. You get what I mean? So this guy, going back to what he did wrong, he did not read the room. He simply just walked in cold turkey and essentially bugged the fuck out of these women. I would have been perturbed too. You only get one minute for New Year's. He fucked it up. They have to wait a whole year before they get that moment again. They might not even be friends. They're girls, right? Their relationships last like 3 months minimum, right? Maximum, sorry. So they may not be friends next year. He really fucked the plot up. So I can see where her anger comes from. And not only that, when we sprinkle in the whole new feminist movement bullshit, right? When we sprinkle that in, And women just do not fuck with men as much. They just don't need them. And maybe I'm going to make a video on that because I would love to go into depth on why you're not getting pussy, right? It's not so much you. It is, but it's kind of the situation that the world is in is kind of placing you in a certain place beyond your control. But then it's on you to kind of change and mold with the times and figure out what works for you if you are trying to pertain. I will end off with saying, if you are religious, God is good. If you do follow Christ and you do follow the path, upon you figuring out who you are and what you're trying to find as a person, more so in terms of yourself, business, and establishing yourself as a man, usually after that point is when you find not only a female, a woman, real woman, guys. Because remember this, I'm going to give you some game. I've done the whole nine. I've done the whole, chasing women, trying to, get as many killed, the whole stupid thing that the devilish world is going to teach you. At the end of the day, it's empty, it's soulless, and there isn't. You're always going to be chasing the other one. The best thing to do is you just work on yourself, work on making sure that you have every possible positive quality that there is that you can have in a relationship. So when that person finds you and they say, oh, he has these 10 things, they're going to show value with those 10 things because they also bring those 10 things, and then you're going to see that, and then you say, this is the one to stay. Not the one that don't pick up or say, oh, I fell asleep, I'm sorry, or I have a guy best friend, or any of that shit. As us as guys, I'm telling you, where you kind of feel irked about the situation, she's not the one. No true female is going to put you in any mental strain, because all they're supposed to do as their job is to help you build up. If they're not doing that, they're not the right. You hit it and you quit it. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and like the video. This was a lot of rambling, but I wanted to do one of these videos where I'm just spitting straight shot and trying to spit some. So maybe if you like it, I'll be posting more videos akin to this, just using a clip as its base. But other than that, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Take it easy.
I like booty.